Good morning! Happy Monday! Hey guys, how's it going? I have just put a couple of pieces of toast, well, I put a couple of pieces of bread in the toaster to become toast. And I'm just about to make myself a little coffee and get started with the day. This is probably very grandma of me. By the way, this is not a real robin. We don't just have a very tame robin who comes to sit on our garden window. This is probably a bit grandma of me, but I just thought I should take a moment to appreciate these beautiful flowers. Adam's brother and sister-in-law popped over on Saturday with them, and I just think the colours in them are gorgeous. I've never seen tulips like that before. Speaking of flowers, I've actually been really excited this week. I'm going to zoom in just especially to show you. But look what's popped up in our garden. So there's some daffodils over on this side, and then over on this side we've got like, I don't know what they are, like little snowdrops or something. Plan of action for today starts with eating 2 pieces of buttered toast. I'm pretty much stuck in the house because I'm waiting for a courier to come and collect something, which has got to go back to the shop. And that actually relates to something that I am going to show you later, because curtains. We have some curtains, my friends. Those bloody hideous tartan things. They're finally out of here. And that is actually kind of like my big job for today that I want to get done. I want to put up the new, I want to take down the old curtain rails, take down the old curtains, say goodbye to them, burn them in the depths of hell and never see them again. So I want to remove the old ones, I want to put the new curtain poles up. I've got some very exciting new DIY tool toys, which we'll have a little go at later. Have I ever used an electric drill before? No, it's not a super exciting one, but you know, I like to share all the little bits and bobs that we're doing around the house, so that's the new update for today. I've got a couple of other bits to show you as well along the way. We actually had such a nice, like wholesome weekend this weekend. So Saturday we went over and spent the day with Adam's family, which was really nice. He's got a little baby nephew who, October, November, December, January, February, about 5 months old now, I think. 4 or 5 months old, and he's just the cutest. Like, I've never really been around a baby before. I've literally got to the age of 28 and I've just never been around a baby. None of my best mates have got babies, and like I've never really had babies in my family or anything. So it's a really nice like experience to like get to hold a baby and like have a baby sitting on your knee and stuff. It's really cute. I don't want a baby, let's just put that out there. I mean, not yet anyway. And then yesterday we just had a really lovely cozy home day. We went out and did a food shop. What else did we do? It was one of those days where we didn't really do anything, but it was just lovely to be in this house. It just really feels like a home when we spend days like that in this house, which is really nice, because obviously when I'm making these vlogs, it makes me so aware of everything we haven't done. And when you watch other people's home videos and stuff who have the most beautiful put together places, it's very easy for me to fall into this thing of being like, wow, we have barely done anything. But spending a really nice cozy day in here yesterday helped. I even did some baking. I'm a crap cook, but I love to bake. And I baked blondies. They're in this box here. Look at these. Look how good they are. If you've never had them, blondies are like white chocolate brownies. And they're like the perfect amount of like squishy, gooey deliciousness. If I remember, I'll pop the recipe down below because it was a really good one. So to be quite honest with you, all I want to do is sit and have a coffee and eat like 4 of these. But instead, I'm going to be a grown-up and I'm going to eat some toast. Anyway, there's your intro. There's your rundown. We've got this thing started. Bish, bosh, bash. Here's a vlog. First thing I wanted to show you today, this is going to involve a little bit of vision. You're going to need a little bit of imagination from you here, because we're going to talk living room. Now that we've got the sofa in, I am so excited to make this room nice. I'm literally thinking about it constantly. I've been surfing Pinterest for some inspiration. I think I'm just about getting there, but as I have done with pretty much everything so far, I need some help with some decisions. In our living room, we have this fireplace behind us. I am yet to decide what to kind of do with the actual fireplace structure. At the moment, it's just painted white, which is fine for now. At least that means it'll go with everything. It's not very exciting. I don't know whether to maybe try and sand a patch of it down and see what's underneath. See whether it's just white the whole way through. I would love it if it was wooden underneath. That would just work so perfectly. I want to kind of leave the opportunity there to fit like a log burner in there. I think that would look really cute if we had a really nice proper log burner fitted in there one day. This is how it's looking at the moment. This is the white fireplace structure that is around it at the moment. New floor looking hella cute, but until the very distant, long, far away day that I get around to looking at wood burners or log burners, something that I really want to do is tile the inside of it. So at the moment it's got the old laminate at the base of it, and then the walls are just painted black, quite badly. There's lots of it chipping off. Here you go, I'll bring you a bit closer here. You can see lots of the black paint is just chipping off now. It's been very like roughly done. And as I told you before, because we've got problems with the roof, every time there's heavy rain, that's what happens. I'm hoping you can see that. Like, actual rain just comes into the living room, which is great. Just what you want. Umbrellas up while you're watching the telly. And the vision that I have is that I would really love to tile it, and that is something that I'd quite like to try and do myself. Quite like the idea of doing it myself, giving it a go. So with that in mind, the other day I ordered some tile samples. Is this exciting and interesting? Or is that the most boring sentence you've ever heard in a YouTube video? Just some random tile place that my friend Kate sent to me, actually, that she'd seen on her Instagram, where they did free samples. So I thought, hello, whether it's little cocktail sausages or little bits of sushi in the supermarket, or whether it's tiles online, I loved me a free sample. And they arrived the other day. Adam and I had a look through them the other day, and I think we've chosen which one we like, but I thought I'd show them to you as well, because I haven't decided whether to do like the base and the 3 walls like the same colour. Adam said that if I did that, it would look like a mystic portal. So first one we have eliminated pretty quickly because I think it's too big. These star tiles, like quite rustic. Did a little bit of Pinterest research hunting and found a fireplace that had used basically exactly that to tile like a lovely star pattern all over it, and it looked beautiful. But now that it's arrived, I think it's way too big for our fireplace. I don't think it's gonna quite work. Hang on, let me move these things out of the way first. There's my fixed jug. Look at that, good as new. I mean, just don't lift it by the handle ever. Because it's so big, if you just put that there, actually, would that be too big? I think it is too big. I think the pattern is like too massive for not a very big fireplace. Then next up, I quite like this one. I thought that could look really cool, but on arrival, I don't think it's the right shade of green. Quite like a pale, washed out turquoisey kind of green, whereas I think we would need like a really rich, dark green to make that work. So I don't think that's the one for us, which is a shame because I think it could be really cool. The other 2 I ordered definitely aren't right. So I quite like the idea of these like fish scale ones. I thought they could look quite sort of retro, but now that I've seen them, I think they're too bathroom. So I thought like a golden mustard yellow, really kind of shiny tile would look quite nice. And I found this one. So what do you think? So Adam and I both agreed that this could be pretty amazing, kind of like subway tile. The question I have now is, would we do the whole thing yellow or just the base yellow and the rest same tile but white? Or would you do the walls yellow and then the base white? I don't know. It's not something that we're doing super soon because the next thing on the list that is getting done is the roof, which kicks off a week today. And actually I've got something that I need to show you about that as well. Obviously it wouldn't be a Lucy Wood house vlog without some kind of small thing going wrong. This isn't even that small either. Right, I need to head upstairs to show you this bit. It's absolutely chucking it down today, which inevitably means that we'll have more little swimming pools in the chimney later. So literally from day one with this house, the roof has been like the major issue that we've had going on. Before we'd even bought it and when we got the results for the survey back, the roof was the one thing that came up as like fairly significant, might want to be a little bit worried about this. And in the end, when we were buying the house, it kind of worked in our favour because we used it as a little bit of leverage to get another 5 grand off the house, which worked out quite nicely at the time. But now obviously we're in and we're starting to realise, oh, actually a bad roof is quite a problem. Anyway, we've had it booked in for a while. It's happening on Monday, which is why we haven't been too stressed about the whole like chimney problem. We were lying in bed on Saturday morning, having a little coffee, chilling out, ready to start the weekend, and Adam went, oh, what's that on the ceiling? Oh no. So right above our heads over the bed here, oh, you definitely can see that. Lo and behold, we got some water damage up in here. on my beautifully freshly painted ceiling. Yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3 lovely splodges of brown. Perfect. Thanks to Storm Dennis. Just constant heavy rain has proved too much for our little roof, and now seems to be a bit more urgent than we thought it was. So I've emailed the roofers this morning. I mean, it's not like dripping, it's not leaking, so I mean, it can't be that bad, but we literally forecast heavy rain and snow every single day this week. So I'm a bit nervous about it. I finally moved this duvet out of here over the weekend. I'd had enough of having a big duvet on the floor, and Flo was so sad about it and so like unsettled. But last night I caved and moved it back in. But like, we can't just have a duvet on the floor for the rest of time. Oh, I can show you this as well. So when I ordered the curtains, which I'll show you in a bit, I also spotted this little laundry bag which matches our vibe. I love this little corner. I think this is so pretty. I mean, apart from the big cat hair duvet, it's this lovely like plaited effect. It's got 2 little handles, little drawstring to cover up the laundry, and I really like the colours in it too. I thought this like terracotta colour would go really nicely with our room. Feels like we've leveled up in the adulting world now that we have a laundry basket that matches our decor. I was just about to give you a cute little shot of the bedroom, but I didn't bother making the bed this morning. Because I'm going to change the duvet covers today anyway. I didn't get around to doing it this weekend. I need to change the cover and the pillowcases. We changed the sheet yesterday, but we just haven't done the rest of it. We did the sheet at like 10 PM and then we were like, do the rest tomorrow. I mean, it's extremely creased and slept in now, but it's this lovely mix of really kind of retro 70s colours. Just think it was really cute with our little peach wall setup. So anyway, I'm going to change this now. That's the end of that chapter. We've got some fresh bedding. I still absolutely love this bedspread so much. I just love the colours in it. It is probably one of my strongest beliefs in this universe that life is too short to iron duvet covers. So I'm trying to decide now whether I want to do that little bit of DIY and get the curtains up, or whether I want to go and do a food shop. I think I might head out, even though it's chucking it down. I'll just put my raincoat on, suck it up, and go and get a few bits for dinner, I think. I think I'm just going to do pasta. Oh, I don't want to head outside. It's so grim. I might just... Actually, do you know what? I do need to check, because if these curtain poles haven't got like wall plugs included, which I bet they haven't, then I'm going to have to go into town and go to Wilko or Robert Dias or somewhere and get some wall plugs for them. Have they? Oh, they have! Oh, amazing. So I don't need to go into town. I can literally just go to Sainsbury's at the top of the road to get some dinner bits. These are the curtain poles we're going for. We're going for plain black in here, which I think is the right decision. To be honest, I very quickly lost interest at looking at curtain poles. I don't think I've ever shopped for anything more boring in my entire life. I have just had some lunch. Let me turn this down a second, hang on. So I just took my lunch break to grab some food, and I have been watching this show on Netflix, which everyone's talking about at the moment, called Love is Blind. And if you have not seen this show, you need to give this a watch, because it is wild. Basically, the premise is that it's a social experiment. It's about as much of a social experiment as Love Island is. They all date each other at the beginning without seeing each other, but they just get to talk to each other through these little pods, and it is just utter madness. Within like 3 days they're all engaged. It's crazy and amazing and hilarious and American reality TV at its absolute finest. And I've now watched 5 episodes in 2 days. So I really need to get a life. So I've got my comfies on now. I've gone for a huge hoodie because it's absolutely freezing, and I got very soggy earlier going to the shop. It was not a fun walk. I am gonna crack on with the curtains. Say goodbye. My #1 pet peeve probably in all of the decor that was here when we moved in was the red stripy curtains in the living room. Yes, these bad boys. I hate the colour I hate the texture. I hate this stupid little bit of metallic thread that's running through them. I literally just think they are awful. So they've literally been top of my list to get out of here since the day that we got the keys. As soon as I saw them, I was like, well, they need to go. Finally got round to tracking down some curtains that I really liked to go in here. I bought 2 pairs from H&M. The first pair are waiting to get picked up by the courier today. They're going back. When I hung them, they were actually very grey toned. They almost looked a bit silvery. They just didn't look right at all. And because they're blackout, they just looked like they hung really heavily. They didn't have like a nice drape to them, so they just weren't right. We've packed them up, but I also bought a second pair which I wanted to give a try, and I've hung 1 pair of them as a little test run to see how we got on this week, and we love them, so let me show you. So from this to this, how much better is that? Again, these are H&M. As you can see, they're definitely not blackout. In fact, they're even thinner than the ones we've got upstairs, but they're just really light and airy and floaty. They've got a lovely bit of movement to them. When I did hang them, Adam went outside round to the other side of the window to see what you could see through them and through the window, and actually they're still really private. Because we currently still have these ugly like net curtain things hanging up, that gives us like a little extra bit of privacy as well. Oh, this cupboard is actual chaos. Oh, there we go. Right, there we go. I'm ready. The other thing with these curtain holes as well though, like I definitely hadn't noticed with the stripy ones hanging up, these poles are actually really high above the window. Like that's a huge amount of space there. I'm gonna drop it a little bit lower just so it gives the curtains a little bit more length at the floor as well. Because this seems like crazy near the ceiling. So I'm gonna just, oh that's screwed in. Bloody hell, I need my screwdriver. Got my trusty IKEA toolkit. Literally one of the best things I've ever bought. Adam laughed at me when I bought this. Look at us now.
What was this?
A tool set. Why are you laughing? Do you have tools?
No.
Well, there you go.
A DIY haul.
I don't know why you're laughing at my tool set.
I don't know, I just didn't expect you to have a tool set.
Well, there you go. And Lucy Wood wins World's Strongest Man. Right. Ugh. Just try not to knock the camera flying. Oh. Could really do with the second person for this, not gonna lie. Where am I gonna put this actually? Right, let's put that in that corner. Well, I've got the old pole things off the wall. One of them's revealed a nice hole in the wall, which is interesting. I think it's actually probably too big to just polyfiller, but I'm gonna go and grab the polyfiller out of the shed and do the little ones and see. Oh, I left the back door open. Oopsie daisies. Right, I did invest in a toolbox recently. I think it's in here, so I might just take this. In fact, I'll take both of these in. Ponytail's in, True Crime Podcast is on, polyfiller has been completed, tape measure. Let's do this. I really need to invest in a proper tape measure. No wonder everything's wonky in this house. According to the instructions, these very detailed instructions on a floppy bit of cardboard, they're from Wilko, by the way. I was looking all over the place for curtain poles. They can get so expensive. And they were £10 and £12, so can't really go wrong with that, can you? And according to the instructions, you have to position it 10 centimetres from the edge of the window. So that solves my problem of how high it should be. Being very helpful. What do you think? The other exciting part of this job, oh my god, look at this. Poking through. Do it while you can, huh? The other exciting part of this is my new toy, which I mentioned earlier. Bought myself a drill. Have I ever used a drill before? No sir. Well, well, well. The student becomes the Jedi. So today I've got a drill haul for you. I was umming and ahhing for ages over which one looked the cutest, but in the end I could not resist this one from Black & Decker. It's got 2 gears. It's got hammer action, which I've heard is amazing. 40 Nm. Don't know what that means. And honestly, those colours, I'm just obsessed. It's so me. All right, let's crack into this baby, shall we? Oh. Great, that's a great shot there, good. Ooh, ah, Ooh. So what we've learned today is that drilling is the most fun. It's also the messiest. I've made such a mess. There is literally dust everywhere. I'm gonna be honest with you, I am making this up as I go along and literally just praying that I don't electrocute myself or ruin a major wall and bring the house down. 2 done, 1 to go, and then, I mean, a whole other window to go, but we're doing it. It's a bit wonky.
Yeah. No one's ever arrested for Leo Frank's murder, but Tom
Is
Watson
it wonky that you can get away with?
On September 2nd, 1950.
I think it might be. Okay, this is proving to be literally the world's dustiest job. I'm gonna have to give this room a good hoover and clean my feet afterwards as well. But look, I've done it. Ta-da! 1 set of curtains is up. So obviously we'll have to get some nice little tie backs so that they can kind of drape. They're a little bit long now, but I think once they're pulled up by a little hold back or a tie back, they'll look absolutely perfect. So I'm absolutely buzzing that I've got window number 1 done, but now time for window number 2. It's actually pretty tiring. I'm quite tired, but I feel like it's a really, really good job to get done, and I feel really pleased and satisfied that I've managed to do it. I think they look nice. I think it's like throwing me off now because the curtains are now so like white and crisp and fresh looking, and the paint on the walls is so like yellow and grubby. So it's just like throwing me off a bit, but I think it'll look really beautiful once we've painted. It'll look really bright and fresh. Oh my god, why did that turn into literally the longest job of all time? It's pitch black outside. I started this at about 2 o'clock or something, didn't I? Well, it's done. We have white curtains. Look at that. I'm gonna put the camera down for today because I'm literally so tired after doing that. It took me so long just to like figure it all out. I didn't bother like looking up any videos or anything. Probably should have on reflection. Probably would have got this done a lot quicker. Had an absolute ruddy bloody nightmare with this window, which is behind the sofa here. Oh my god. So I think the reason the curtains were so high, maybe the previous owners had a point with that. For about the first inch of the wall, drill went in like butter, like soft butter. But after that, wasn't having any of it, just didn't want to drill anymore. So I don't know whether there's some kind of concrete behind there, maybe it's like a metal beam or something. Editing Lucy here, who with hindsight can confirm that was indeed the lintel beam, which is made of timber and is indeed very difficult to drill through, as I have now learnt, fairly major part of a window structure. There was a reason the curtain poles were so high in the first place. I have absolutely no idea, but the drill was having absolutely none of it, so I had to improvise a little bit. Literally made it up as I went along, found some shorter screws, used those instead. I have got no clue whether that was the right thing to do or not, but the curtain pole is up. It's very sturdy, and they're very lightweight curtains anyway, so if it falls down it'll only knock us out for like an hour or 2, so it's fine. I actually tidied this windowsill up a bit, but then over here is just chaos and confusion. Look at our beautiful new sofa just covered in stuff. It's done, thank god. No more stripy tartan curtains. We did it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you're really well, hope you're having a good week, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye.